Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Super 66. Super. Hurley.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that if they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's got room. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Goff. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. He's got room at the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there.
With his 13th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Lions respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
first down, and it's Pollard again. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening. But how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill.
This is taken at about the 14. Called out a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
67 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
The Lions had 8 and 3 now. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Off play action. Here's Goff. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. 7-7, our score after 1. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Hold them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Down right around the 25. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
He'll try again.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Lions have moved out in front.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind. But
down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Chicago. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the point.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Now, the offense, they had really not been able to mount anything yet on that drive, and the defense made sure they couldn't mount anything. The interception and the return adding 6 to the scoreboard.
And that's no small return for a linebacker, partner. He took matters into his own hands and his legs on that pick. And once he had it, I don't think anyone on the field could have stopped him.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. And search a redemption from the pick 6. Goff. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well.
And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked off by Jaquan Brisker, and the Bears are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the 2nd quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe Possibly. They're still thinking about the first one, and they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Pollard again. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
But if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Now it's Fields. Swinging this out for Pollard. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 41. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down.
Boy, 192 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here's Fields. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in position to dictate to the offense.
Pass to Tony Pollard out of the backfield.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. The chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal?
Fields.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the 1st down.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tony Pollard on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Goff. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff.
He's got this complete to Williams.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
Play action. It's Goff. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
17. Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
Now it's Goff.
That's once again complete to Chark.
And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Lions are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Zuerlein good with a PAT. And they're within 7 now at 28-21.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Now a first down throw, Fields.
He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down from the 21. It's 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, How about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. It's a room to maneuver. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
120 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Go!
Back to throw. Goff. And that is incomplete.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the 2nd half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head going to be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
My goodness, 235 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Going to run again here with Pollard. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in what you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week. You must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. You mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll fake the handoff, now Goff. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 27-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Now Goff on 1st down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. They always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge.
Touchdown, Chicago! Tony Pollard halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Bears use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
Santos with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 75 yards.
And the Lions have made it a 1-score game again here in the fourth.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken from about the 12. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons out.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
But that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Powers through him, and they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 11 yards there, just like last play.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On 1st down, it's gone. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. He's going to try and go deep again. And this is caught inside the 5. And in for the Lions touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have cut it back within a score. Zerline good with a PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run left with Pollard, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now a give here to Pollard. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive took a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down into those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them.
Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted.
Eddie Jackson picks it.
And the Bears have just about sewn up this football game.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete